Welcome students to the classroom. Today let's have grammar. In grammar we will take worksheet number 4, that is gender. What is gender? Let's see on the next slide. Here, gender is a term which is used to differentiate between the males and females. Or in other words, we can say the nouns which tell us a person or animal is male or female are called gender. Let's go to the next slide to understand it. In this slide you can see the members of a family like sister, aunt, grandmother, mother, brother, uncle, grandfather and father. Now just tell me, is there any difference between sister and brother? Is there any difference between aunt and uncle? Is there any difference between grandmother and grandfather? Or is there any difference between mother and father? Yes, it is. But what? Let me show you on the next slide. Here you can notice brother, uncle, grandfather, father, they all refer to males. And sister, aunt, grandmother and mother, they all refer to females. There is a biggest difference between them. And the difference is to have different gender. Males and females both are having different genders. And do you know, like human beings, animals also have male and female genders. In this slide you can see a cock and a hen. Cock refers to males and hen refers to females. Both are having different genders. So here we know very well that human beings and animals are either males or females. And these males and females belong to different genders. Now what are these genders called? To know this, let's have the kinds of genders. There are 4 kinds of gender: masculine gender, feminine gender, common gender and neuter gender. To understand them, let's have each separately. The first gender is masculine gender. What are masculine gender? Let's see on the next slide. Here, nouns that refer to males only are called masculine gender. Here you can see brother, uncle, grandfather, father. These are males. So they belong to masculine gender. Let's have some other example. Here, peacock, king and lion. They are males. So they belong to masculine gender. Now let's have the next kind of gender. That is feminine gender. Nouns that refer to females only are called feminine gender. Let's have the examples like sister, aunt, grandmother and mother. They are females. So they belong to feminine gender. Let's have some more examples. Here, peahen, queen and lioness also refer to females. So they belong to feminine gender. Now let's have some examples of masculine and feminine gender together. Here, king. King refers to male. So he belongs to masculine gender. And queen. Queen refers to female. So she belongs to feminine gender. Here, grandmother. Grandmother is female. So she belongs to feminine gender. And here, grandfather. Grandfather is male. So he belongs to masculine gender. Here, girl. Girl refers to female. So she belongs to feminine gender. And here boy. Boy refers to male. So he belongs to masculine gender. Like human beings, animals are also having different gender. So let's have some examples of animals. Here, gander. Gander is a male bird. So it belongs to masculine gender. And goose. Goose is a female bird. So it belongs to feminine gender. Here, stag. Stag is a male animal. So it belongs to masculine gender. And hind. Hind is a female animal. So it belongs to feminine gender. Here, fox. Fox is male animal. So it belongs to masculine gender. And vixen. Vixen is a female animal. So it belongs to feminine gender. So with this example, I hope it is clear to you that all male nouns belongs to masculine gender and all female nouns belong to feminine gender. Now it's time to have the exercise of a grammar book which is related to masculine and feminine gender. Here is the first exercise of worksheet number 4 which is given on the page number 14. In this exercise we have to match the pairs. One side we are having masculine gender and other side we are having feminine gender. So we need to match them to make pairs. Now let's start the exercise. Here, widower. Widower, the feminine of widower is widow. Here, bridegroom. The feminine of bridegroom is bride. Sheep. The feminine of sheep is ewe. Then fox. The feminine of fox is vixen. After that, duke. The feminine of duke is duchess. Then drone. The feminine of drone is bee. And the last is sorcerer. The feminine of sorcerer is sorceress. Here is the exercise completed. Now let's have another exercise which is related to masculine and feminine gender. Here is the exercise which is given on page number 16. In this exercise, we have to change the highlighted masculine gender to their feminine gender. In this exercise, we are having 10 sentences and each sentence is having one or two masculine gender which we have to change to their feminine gender. As the exercise is already completed, so let's have the completed exercise on the next slide. Here in the first sentence, the poet wrote a very long poem. In this sentence, poet belongs to masculine gender and the feminine gender of it will be poetess. Let's have the next sentence, that is, the gentleman took care of little boy. In this sentence, gentleman and boy both belong to masculine gender. So the feminine gender of gentleman will be lady and feminine gender of boy will be girl. The next is the rooster caws every morning. In this sentence, rooster belongs to masculine gender. So the feminine gender of rooster will be hen. The next is the tiger pounced on the buck. In this sentence, we are having two male nouns, tiger and buck. So the feminine gender of these words will be tigress and doe. After that, my uncle asked the waiter to bring some soup. In this sentence also we are having two male nouns, uncle and waiter. So the feminine gender of uncle will be aunt and feminine gender of waiter will be waitress. Next sentence is, he is a very strict landlord. In this sentence we are having one noun, male noun, landlord, and one pronoun, he. So the feminine gender of he will be she and the feminine gender of landlord will be landlady. After this, father wants to buy a new car. In this sentence, father belongs to masculine gender and the feminine gender of father will be mother. Now let's have the next one. The bachelor will soon be a husband. In this sentence, we are having two nouns, male nouns, bachelor and husband. So, the feminine gender of bachelor will be bachelorette, or we can also use spinster. And the feminine gender of husband will be wife. Let's have the next sentence. That is, the student was put to detention by headmaster. In this sentence, headmaster belongs to masculine gender and the feminine gender of it will be headmistress. Now it's time to have the last sentence. The last sentence is, the tailor ruined my dress. In this sentence, tailor belongs to masculine gender and the feminine gender of this word will be seamstress. So with this, the exercises related to masculine gender and feminine gender are completed. Now let's go to the next slide. Dear students, now let's have an example to understand the third kind of gender. In this slide you can see a boy and a girl. The boy refers to male and the girl refers to female. Both are referring different gender. So the boy belongs to masculine gender and the girl belongs to feminine gender. Let me introduce them first. Here, he is Ajay. The name of the boy is Ajay. Ajay is my friend and he is a good student. Now let's meet the girl. She is Anjali. The name of the girl is Anjali. Anjali is my friend and she is a good student. I hope you also have noticed the thing that the words like friend and students, both the words are used for boy means male and for the girl also means female. Or we can say the words friend and student. These both words are used for masculine gender or feminine gender. And these both nouns are common for males and females. So the nouns which refers to both males and females are called common gender. Now let's have the definition of common gender. Here, nouns that refer to both males and females are called common gender. Now let's have some more examples. Here, doctor. Doctor refers to common gender as it is used for males as well as for females. Now let's have another example. Here, teacher. Teacher is also refers common gender as it is also used for male teacher as well as female teacher. Like human beings, we can also have some common gender in animals. In animals also there are some common names or nouns which are used for males as well as female. Here we are having some examples like fish. Fish is used for both male fish or female fish. Similarly, crow. Crow is a common name which is used for male as well as female crow. Like fish and crow, butterfly is also a common name which is used for male butterfly and female butterfly. So for these animals, common gender is used to denote males and females. Students, have you noticed one thing? That all the three kinds of genders, masculine gender, feminine gender and common gender, these all three kinds of gender are used for living things only. Then what about the non-living things which we use every day? These non-living things don't have any gender. So the answer is no, as these non-living things are also having their gender and their gender is neuter gender. So what is a neuter gender? Let's see on the next slide. Nouns that refer to the non-living things are called neuter gender. Now let's have some examples of neuter gender. Here, chair and books. These are non-living things. So, chair and books both are neuter gender as they names non-living things. Here you can see some place like park and hospital. As park and hospital are also non-living thing, so park and hospital also belongs to neuter gender. So with this we have completed all the 4 kinds of genders: masculine gender, feminine gender, common gender and neuter gender. Now let's have the last exercise of the grammar book. Here is the last exercise of grammar book, which is given on page number 15. In this exercise we have to underline the nouns and write them in the correct columns. The columns are given on the next slide. Here first we have to underline the nouns and identify to which gender do they belong. So let's start the exercise. The first sentence is, my aunt went out with her children. In this sentence, aunt and children both are nouns. As aunt refers to female, so it belongs to feminine gender. And children, which is used for both males and female, so it belongs to common gender. Now let's have the second sentence. The temple is cleaned by the workers. In this sentence, the nouns are temple and workers. As temple refers to non-living thing, so it belongs to neuter gender. And worker used for both males and females, so it belongs to common gender. Now let's have the third sentence. The hospital has enough staff. In this sentence, the word hospital is noun, and as it is non-living thing, it belongs to neuter gender. Now let's have the fourth sentence. The hungry dog chewed the bones. In this sentence also we are having 2 nouns, dog and bones. As dog refers to male, so it belongs to masculine gender. And bones, which is a non-living thing, so it belongs to neuter gender. Now let's have the fifth sentence. The photographer shot the lioness with his camera. In this sentence we are having 3 nouns, photographer, lioness and camera. As photographer refers to both males as well as female, so it belongs to common gender. Then lioness refers to female, so it belongs to feminine gender. And then camera is a non-living thing, so it belongs to neuter gender. Now let's have the next one, that is, my grandfather has many friends. In this sentence we are having 2 nouns, grandfather and friends. As grandfather refers to males, so it belongs to masculine gender. And friends is used for both males and females, so it belongs to common gender. After that, the next sentence which we are having, that is, the nun welcomed the monk. In this sentence, the nouns are nun and monk. Nun refers to female, so it belongs to feminine gender. And monk refers to males, so it belongs to masculine gender. The next one is, all the windows have curtains. In this sentence, the nouns are windows and curtains. As you can see, both windows and curtains are non-living thing, so they both refer to neuter gender. The next one is, All the hens had lovely feathers. In this sentence, hens and feathers are nouns. Hens refers to females, so it belongs to feminine gender. And feathers are non-living thing, so it belongs to neuter gender. Now here we are having the last sentence, and that is, my son and daughter are very busy. In this sentence, the nouns are son and daughter. As son refers to males, so it belongs to masculine gender. And daughter refers to female, so she belongs to feminine gender. So here the exercise is completed. We have underlined all the nouns given in these sentences. Now let's go to the next slide. As on the previous slide, already we have underlined all the nouns and identify their genders. Here in this slide you can see we are having some columns, and these columns are given with the exercise. And these columns are of masculine gender, feminine gender, common gender and neutral gender. As on the previous slide, already we have underlined all the nouns and identify their genders. Now we need to write all the words in their respective columns. So this is your homework and you will do yourself. With this, the class ends. We will meet in the next video. Till then, enjoy the days. Thank you.